Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9, Brahma's Prayers for Creative Energy. Text number 38 onwards. Yacha Karthangamatsotram Matkathabhyadangitam Yadva Tapsite Nishta Saesha Madanugraha. O Brahma, the prayers that you have chanted, praising the glories of my transcendental activities, the penances you have undertaken to understand me, and your firm faith in me, all these are to be considered my causeless mercy. When a living entity desires to serve the Lord in transcendental loving service, the Lord helps the devotee in so many ways as the Chaitya Guru or the spiritual master within, and thus the devotee can perform many wonderful activities beyond material estimation. By the mercy of the Lord, even a layman can compose prayers of the highest spiritual perfection. Such spiritual perfection is not limited by material qualifications, but is developed by dint of one's sincere endeavor to render transcendental service. Voluntary endeavor is the only qualification for spiritual perfection. Material acquisitions of wealth or education are not considered. Hence, the only qualification is proposed a voluntary endeavor to please Krishna, to serve bona fide spiritual master. And then, and like Krishna is also, or Garbhodaksha Vishnu is saying in the shloka, all these are considered to be considered my causeless mercy. Means the chanting what Brahma did to please the Lord. Lord is saying, this is my causeless mercy. The penances you have undertaken to understand me. So all we have to do is desire strongly to serve the Lord, and He will make everything happen. And in fact, only He makes everything happen. And Prabhupada said, by the mercy of the Lord, even a layman can compose prayers of the highest spiritual perfection. That's His mercy. All the layman has to do is to have a desire and have the purification, then he'll have the mercy of the Lord. And here Prabhupada is saying such spiritual perfection is not limited by material qualifications. Not that somebody has to be very learned or very rich or very beautiful or have to have lots of good contacts, good resources to please the Lord. Dhruv Maharaj was a little boy. He performed his penances, his tapasya, and when Lord Vishnu showed up, Dhruv Maharaj didn't even know how to praise the Lord. Lord touched his head with his shankha, with his conch shell, and Dhruv Maharaj started praising the Lord with choicest words. One doesn't even have to be a human being to please the Lord. Hanumanji, Garudji, they're not human beings. All the monkey army of Lord Ramachandra, but they please the Lord by their service. It's not like one has to be male body, female bodies, Draupadi, or so many devotees, Shabri. And what about speaking about non-human, Jatayu, Sampati? They did so much of service. So material acquisition of wealth or education are not considered. Only consideration is how much we want to serve the Lord. That's all. And then Krishna makes all the arrangements. प्रीतोऽहमस्तु भद्रं ते लोकानां विजयेच्छया यदस्तौषीर्गुणमयं निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन्. I am very much pleased by your description of me in terms of my transcendental qualities, which appear mundane to the mundaners. I grant you all the benedictions in your desire to glorify all the planets by your activities. A pure devotee, a pure devotee of the Lord, like Brahma and those in his line of disciplic succession, always desire that the Lord be known all over the universe by each and every one of the living entities. That desire of the devotee is always blessed by the Lord. The impersonalist sometimes prays for the mercy of the personality of Godhead Narayan as the embodiment of material goodness, but such prayers do not satisfy the Lord because he is not thereby glorified in terms of his actual transcendental qualities. The pure devotee of the Lord are always most dear to him, although he is always kind and merciful to all living entities. Here the word Gunamayam is significant because it indicates the Lord's possessing transcendental qualities. So Lord has all the wonderful transcendental qualities, but he is very pleased by a devotee because devotee wants to glorify, devotee wants to broadcast his glories all over the planets, all over the universe. And this is what Krishna also said in Bhagavad Gita, that one who transmits, one who broadcasts, one who preaches this message to others is very dear to me. So Lord, sometimes people, because they are envious of Krishna, they are envious of the Supreme Lord, they make comments like, "Oh, see, Krishna wants, your Lord wants to be glorified." So he's an egotist person. The egotist means one who likes to be talked about. So they say we also like to be talked about. So what's the difference? There's a huge difference. If we talk about any material person, say a politician, very popular politician, maybe Narendra Modi. Of course, his name is Narendra Damodar Das Modi. But Damodar Modi, but that helps in speaking of his name because indirectly we are chanting. So even if you just say Modi, so or any cricketer, Sachin or Virat or Sunil Gavaskar, anybody. Speaking about the cricketers or the movie stars or the political people, leaders, or the industrialists or the rich men, it's not going to get us anywhere. It's not going to make us come out of the cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. It's not going to let us develop pure devotion service, loving service unto Krishna. It's going to basically going to entangle us more and more in the material world because we will develop desire to be like them. And to be like them means we have to have another material body, another material birth to even try to come close. I mean, anybody who becomes so famous or so rich or have so many people following them or so intelligent, definitely they must have done plenty of pious activities in their previous lives. So for us to come to that stature, we have to perform pious activities. But at the same time, by talking about them, definitely we are increasing our span of life in this material world. At the same time, when we talk about Krishna, glorify Krishna, chant Krishna's name, tell people about Krishna, That same talk, using the same tongue, first of all, it pleases the heart because the really soul gets pleased. And then, secondly, it purifies us. It can purify us to the extent that we develop so much of love for Krishna that when we leave the body, we don't take even the next birth. So that is why Krishna wants his name to be chanted, his glories to be sung all over the universe. It's not that he wants us to glorify him or to do PR for him. One of his opulences is fame. He is completely full of fame. Everybody knows he is famous. But he knows by chanting his name, by glorifying him, we will get purified. Not that he needs any purification or he needs any glorification. We will get purified. It's beneficial for us. And that's why he says, glorify me. He says, I grant you all benedictions in your desire to glorify all the planets by your activities. Glorify me means Vishnuji is saying. So that is a purpose that he wants us to glorify him. And in return, not only we will get liberation or we will get to go to spiritual world after this lifetime, while glorifying we'll get pleasure. Tripyanti cha, tushyanti cha, tripyanti cha means Machitta madgat prana bodhyandam parasparam. Kathyantash mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So kathyantash mam nityam tushyanti. Tushyanti means one gets satisfied. Ramanti, one gets unlimited transcendental pleasure. Talking about Krishna. The pleasure that we are looking for in this material world. And we will not find it anywhere. Text 40. Ya eten pumanityam satva stotrin mam bhajet tasyashu samprasideyam sarva kama vareshvaraha. Any human being who prays like Brahma and who thus worships me shall very soon be blessed with the fulfillment of all his desires. For I am the Lord of all benedictions. So Lord of all benedictions means the deity is there in Kanchipuram, not Kanchipuram. Oh, yeah, I think it is Kanchipuram. Lord of all benedictions means Varadaraj. So that deity is there, beautiful deity. And he fulfills everybody's desire. He gives lots of benedictions. The prayers offered by Brahma cannot be chanted by anyone who desires to fulfill his own sense gratification. Such prayers can be selected only by a person who wants to satisfy the Lord in his service. The Lord certainly fulfills all desires in regard to transcendental loving service, but he cannot fulfill the whims of non-devotees, even when such casual devotees offer him the best of prayers. So the Lord certainly fulfills all desires in regard to transcendental loving service, not in regard to material motivations. And this is what the Lord is saying to Brahmaji. So any human being who prays like Brahma and who thus worships me shall very soon be blessed with the fulfillment of all his desires, all his spiritual desires. Text 41. Purten tapsa yajna dana yog samadhina radham nishreyasam punsam mat pritis tattva vinmitam. It is the opinion of expert transcendentalists that the ultimate goal of performing all tradition good works, penances, sacrifices, charities, mystic activities, trances, etc., is to invoke my satisfaction. So that is the essence of everything. So this is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Yoginam api sarvesham madhyatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktamo mataha. Or he says, Yat karoshi yad dashnasi yad jahosi dadasi yat. This means whatever you do, whatever austerities, penance, or charities you perform, do it for me. That's all. To invoke his satisfaction. And if Krishna is satisfied by any of our works, yasmin tushte jagan tushta. If he is satisfied, the whole world will be satisfied. That's it. And if he is not satisfied by any of our works, then even our soul will not be satisfied. What to speak of a next person? There are many traditionally pious activities in human society, such as altruism, philanthropy, nationalism, internationalism, charity, sacrifice, penance, and even meditation in trance. And all of them can be fully beneficial only when they lead to the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The perfection of any activity, social, political, religious, or philanthropic, is to satisfy the Supreme Lord. This secret of success is known to the devotee of the Lord, as exemplified by Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. As a good, non-violent man, Arjuna did not want to fight with his kinsmen. But when he understood that Krishna wanted the fight and had arranged it at Kurukshetra, he gave up his own satisfaction and fought for the satisfaction of the Lord. See, this is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Essence of Bhagavad Gita is not karma neva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. No. Essence of Bhagavad Gita is to give up one's own satisfaction and fight for the satisfaction or work for the satisfaction of the Lord. That is a right decision for all intelligent men. One's only concern should be to satisfy the Lord by one's activities. If the Lord is satisfied by an action, whatever it may be, then it is successful. Otherwise, it's simply a wastage of time. That is the standard of all sacrifice, penance, austerity, mystic trance, and other good and pious work. And if Krishna is satisfied, Krishna is pleased, he can give anything that we desire. He can give his own abode. He can take us to his own abode. Only thing is he should be satisfied. And he is satisfied with very little service if you just do it with love and devotion. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. He says, just offer me a leaf, a fruit, a flower, and little water. Out of all these things, none of these things we make at home. We can just go to neighbor's garden and to pick up a leaf of tulsi plant, any fruit, any flower. He doesn't say, give me orchids only, just any flower. All we have to do is offer it with love and devotion. And he accepts it. He is ready to accept it. He actually sees our love, our devotion in that offering. He doesn't look at the offering. Duryodhana wanted to give him Chapan Bhog. Krishna refused. He went to Vidurji's house and Vidurani offered what? The skin of the banana. She was peeling the banana and offering the skin to Krishna, and Krishna was happily eating that because he was tasting the love of Vidurani ji for him. What did Sudama offer? Not even his own puffed rice. Something that he had begged. And when you beg, they don't give the best quality of puffed rice to a beggar. They give the worst quality. And that Sudama didn't even offer it to Krishna. Krishna had to steal it. And then in return, because his dear friend had brought that puffed rice, and because his dear friend's wife wanted some material opulence so they can live peacefully, Sudama didn't even want it. Still, Krishna gave him so much of opulence because Krishna was satisfied by the devotion service, by the austerity of Sudama, by the love of Sudama. So that's all we have to do. Just somehow or other satisfy Krishna. And the best way to satisfy Krishna, Prabhupada has explained, Yasya prasadad bhakvat prasado. If the spiritual master is satisfied, Krishna will be satisfied. Krishna has sold himself completely to his pure devotees. So if we satisfy Srila Prabhupada, Krishna will be satisfied. And we're not going to say Krishna might be satisfied. There is no might be. He will be. He has no choice. And how do we satisfy Prabhupada? By following Prabhupada's instructions, by doing what Prabhupada really wanted us to do. And especially in this month, very easy way to satisfy Prabhupada. Just go out and do book distribution. Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj used to be happy, not just satisfied, happy with his disciples, even if they go out and sell books worth few annas. That time it was annas. Few annas, and Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj would be very happy. And how happy would Prabhupada be? If you just go out and distribute books. Together, go out, make it a picnic like we used to do. Radha Prabhu can tell you all about it. Just go out together. Even if you sell one book, you just have good time together. Prabhupada will be very happy. And if Prabhupada is happy, Krishna will definitely be happy with all of us. If Krishna is happy, what else in the world we want? Whether our boss is happy or not, who cares? I'm not saying leave the job, but have the job, keep the job. But Krishna is satisfied, nothing else we want. And today is also a beautiful day, a beautiful festival in Jagannath Puri. It's called Odhan Shashti. So on this day, officially, the winter season starts in Jagannath Puri. So Lord is offered brand new clothes today. So during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, two of his associates, Pundarik Vidyanidhi and Swarup Damodar Goswami, they used to be good friends. And every morning they would go and take darshan of the Lord, of the Lord in the temple. So today, they both went in the morning, and the pujaris had offered this brand new clothes to the Lord. And Pundarik Vidyanidhi was looking at that, and he was thinking, what is it? Jagannath's pujaris, they don't know that you're not supposed to offer the Lord clothes which still has starch on it. But brand new clothes, especially the cotton clothes that the Lord wears, it has lots of starch. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi did not say anything to the pujaris, but on the way back, he told Swarup Damodar Goswami that, what is this? These pujaris don't know? And Swarup Damodar said, don't know. They have their own tradition, so let's leave it at that. So at night, when Pundarik Vidyanidhi was sleeping, he saw in his dream Jagannath and Baldev approaching him, and they were very angry. Their eyes were red with anger, and they picked up Pundarik, and this is all going on in a dream. They picked up Pundarik Vidyanidhi, they grabbed him, and they slapped him, both of them. They slapped him. This is how we like it in Jagannath Puri. This is how we like our pujaris to serve us. Who are you to come here and criticize our liking? And my pujaris, my associates. And they slapped him left and right. And Pundarik Vidyanidhi, he fell down at the lotus feet of the Lord. He begged for forgiveness. Oh Lord, my Lord, I made a big mistake. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. And then Jagannath and Balramji, they got pacified and they left. Just imagine who's Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Actually, in Krishna Leela, his father of Srimati Radharani is Vrishbhanu Maharaj himself. But in this Leela, Jagannath is Jagannath. So they slapped and Pundarik Vidyanidhi was his dream was broken, and then he came to he got up and he was thinking, oh, what a wonderful dream I had. But when he looked himself in the mirror, both his cheeks were swollen, they were red because of the beating. He actually got the beating, not just in the dream. So in the morning, Swarup Damodar Goswami came and he knocked at the door. Pundarik, wake up. Let's go. We have to go to take darshan of the Lord. We're getting late. And Pundarik would not open. So Damodar again knocked on the door. Pundarik, wake up. Let's go. How come you're sleeping so late? So finally, Pundarik Vidyanidhi opened the door and Swarup Damodar looked at him. What happened to your cheeks? How come they're swollen? How come they're red? Looks like somebody beat you up. Who beat you up? And Pundarik Vidyanidhi told the whole story. And Swarup Damodar Goswami was so happy. He was jumping up and down. He embraced Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Oh, you got so much mercy of Lord Jagannath. He personally came and beat you up. This is his love for you, actually. So they both were happy, and then they went. They laughingly they put hands in each other's shoulders and around each other's necks, and then went to take darshan. So this is the festival today of Olan Shashti, where the Lord shows His mercy on the devotee, but at this time, same time, He declares it, especially in Jagannath Puri, that we should not go and criticize his devotees, his pujaris, his pandas, his daitapatis, or whatever activities happen in Jagannath. It's a very mystical place. We cannot even comprehend that place. So we should not be criticizing anybody. Of course, we are not as fortunate as Pundarik Vidyanidhi that Lord will come in our dreams and beat us up with his own lotus hands. But he will let his Maya beat us up. So and we don't want to be get beaten up by Maya. So let's not do that. But at the same time, we have to see this is the mercy of the Lord. He wants to give us mercy to the devotees. A different way of showing mercy by beating them up, but this is his mercy. So if he is satisfied by the surface of his pandavas and all the pujaris in Jagannath Puri, who in the world do we think we are to comment on them? Whether those pandas and pujaris and whoever all they are, whether they eat tobacco, whether they eat fish, whether they're eating pan when they're doing the service, that's between them and Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath is allowing them. So who are we? So let's not make that mistake. When we go to Jagannath Puri or Vrindavan or any place where the Lord is having his own services the way he likes it. So today is that beautiful day, and let's remember that and pray for the mercy of Lord Jagannath, pray for the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And Gita Jayanti is not far. I think it's on, here it's on 7th. I think in India it's on 8th. So whenever it is, please make best use of it. Go out, distribute Bhagavad Gita as many as you can, and read Bhagavad Gita and make a life successful. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here for any questions or comments. Hare Krishna.
version, but I will try to bring a new plot and various editing.
Haribol. Any other question or comments?
Thank you, Prabhuji. After so many days, we again relished.
Thank you. Sorry, I was out of town and I just
No problem, Prabhuji.
couldn't.
Bala Prabhuji has tried his best and he's also equally good.
Oh, he's better.
Yes. Especially his, that shloka padne ka jo ek wo particular ek style hai na, that's really very good.
Oh, yeah. I tried to copy it many times, but failed miserably. Then I gave up.
Once I also tried, but couldn't do it.
Ajay, Hare Krishna, everybody. I think, by the way, I've seen this, the style which Radha Prabhuji has. It's in South India. I've seen it many times in the temple.
They are masters.
वो बता सकते हैं. I think it's the.
But we cannot copy it.
We cannot.
It doesn't work.
No, not at all, Prabhuji. I agree. I tried once. I didn't give it. I said no point. It's very soothing also, Prabhuji.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. It's transcendently uplifting.
Seriously. Thank you, Radha Prabhuji, if you're listening.
Mataji. Let us get together on Gita Jayanti and recite it then. Together.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll try.
At Rajiv Prabhu's house because he is the one who proposed it.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Sure. So you all have fun. We'll stop here.
Okay.
You all have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Thank you very much.
Jai Shri.
Hare Krishna.